Hello, third graders. Today we're going to work on lesson 9.2, and we're going to work on multiplying and dividing with multiples of 10, which we've worked on multiplying with multiples of 10 before. So our mental math and fluency should be a review for you. Solve each extended fact. So what is 2 times 30? What equals 9 times 50? 90 divided by 3 equals what? Pause the video while you work those out on your whiteboard and then come back. All right, first we have 2 times 30. I can think of 2 30s, and I know that 2 30s is 60. Another way I can think of that is multiplying the basic fact 2 times 3, which is 6, but I'm not timesing it by a single digit number. I'm timesing it by a 10, so I have to think of not 2 3s, but 2 30s, so I always have to slip that 0 on at the end. Here's 9 times 50. Well, 9 times 5 is 45, but this is 9 times 50, which is 5 tens, so I need to represent that with that 0 at the end. So 9 times 50 is 450. Now I have 90 divided by 3. Now this is something that we certainly could do a when in doubt, draw it out. Or if I think of this as my basic fact, 9 divided by 3, that's going to be 3, but it's 90 divided by 3. So I need to follow up with that 0, and my answer is 30. So 60, 450, and 30. Try it here. Pause the video while you solve these problems and then come back. 6 times 8. What did you do to get 6 times 8? Did you multiply your basic fact, 6 times 8, which is 48, and then add on that 0 to represent that you're multiplying by tens? So you don't want 6 8s, you want 6 80s, and you got 480. What equals 70 times 9? Well, 7 times 9 is 63. But I want 70 groups of 9, so I have to make sure I add that 0 at the end. The answer is 630. And 810 divided by 9, think of this as 81 divided by 9. 81 divided by 9 is 9, but I have to do something with the 0 because I'm not dividing 81 by 9. I'm dividing 810 by 9. So I have to put that 0 at the end, and the answer is 90. Try this one. Pause the video while you work on it and then come back. Okay, so for this one, 70 times what equals 560? I could think of this as 7 times what equals 56. And I know that 7 times 8 equals 56. But it can't just be 8 because I want it to be 560, so it has to be 80. 6 times what equals 360? Well, I know that 6 times 6 is 36, so 6 times 60 has to be 360. And last we have what number divided by 4 equals 50? What number divided by 4 equals 50? Well, I am actually going to have to multiply in order to find out the answer to that problem. So I'm going to use my basic fact, 4 times 5, which is 20, but this is a 50, so I need to add that 0 at the end, and the answer is 200. Very good. For your math message, you're going to need your math journal, whiteboard, marker, and eraser. Pause the video while you gather those things and then come back. Okay, so you're going to need to start with your math journal and turn to pages 277 and 278. And keep it open to those 2 pages while we work through these problems. This is where you're going to get your information from. And the information that is on these 2 pages are the masses of adult North American birds, meaning their weights. Masses means how heavy something is. So like I said, you're going to need to keep this open and ready. Let's work on this problem that I'm going to give you. So you can look at the screen and those books at the same time. So look at the masses of adult North American birds. What I want you to do is find a bird that could have a mass of 10 kilograms and a bird that could have a mass of 10 grams. And you can write those names on your whiteboard and then unpause the video when you're finished. Okay, thinking about what you found, I want to remind you of something before we continue on, that 1 kilogram, and kg is an abbreviation for kilograms, is the same as 1,000 grams. So, what did you find that could have masses of 10 kilograms and 10 grams? Well, did you find that the California condor could be 10 kilograms and the black-capped chickadee could be 10 grams. It's a very tiny bird, that black-capped chickadee. Okay, very good. So, looking at these birds, I want you to identify the bird that could have the greatest mass and the bird that could have the least mass. So that means the heaviest one and the lightest one. Pause the video and turn it back on when you have those two picked out. Okay, the heaviest bird, the bird with the biggest mass, is the California condor with 14 kilograms. And the one with the least mass is the ruby-throated hummingbird, and that is a mere 2 grams. Now, the range of those two birds is 12 for the numbers. And the range is the difference between the numbers. Now, according to the map, what is the greatest mass of a California condor and what is the least? So here's the California condor, and it says 8 kilograms to 14 kilograms. So that means the smallest California condor would weigh 8 kilograms and the largest would weigh 14 kilograms. And then we might have some in between. So why is there a range of masses instead of a single number? So when I say a range, why is it 8 kilograms to 14 kilograms? And not just 14 kilograms or not just 8 kilograms? It's because, well, not all California condors will have the same mass. Some will be larger than others. Could an adult California condor have a mass of 10 kilograms? Well, yes, it could, because 10 is between 8 and 14. Is it reasonable to expect an adult hummingbird to have a mass of 15 grams? So here's the hummingbird. The range is 2 grams to 6 grams. Is it reasonable to think that a hummingbird would have a mass of 15 grams? No, it's not, because 15 grams is outside of this range. It's far greater than the biggest hummingbird, which is 6 grams. Now, I have a question for you. If one hummingbird has a mass of 5 grams, what is the mass of 30 same size hummingbirds, right? So if one weighs 5 grams and I want to know how many 30 would weigh, and they all weigh 5 grams, then together they would weigh 150 grams. That's the kind of, make that be 150, sorry. That's the kind of work that we're going to be working on with this unit, with this lesson. So here's a practice problem for you to do. And look, I have a chart to organize my thinking. So 10 identical birds are sitting on a wire. They have a combined mass of 500 grams. What type of bird could they be? Well, it is, let's see, number of birds, 10. And it doesn't tell me how many grams per bird, so I'm going to put a question mark there. And there's 500 grams altogether. So I need to figure out how many grams the bird is. So I could come up with two number sentences. 10 times question mark equals 500, or 500 divided by 10 equals question mark. Okay? So the answer is going to be 50, because I know that 10 at 50 is 500, so 50 grams. So now I have to go back to the poster, and see if I can find a bird that is about 50 grams. So you look through that poster, see what you can find. Well, there's two choices actually. It could be the northern cardinal right here, because the range is between 34 and 65 grams, and 50 is in the middle of that, so that would work. Or the red-winged blackbird, which is here. The range for the red-winged blackbird is 41 grams to 64 grams, and we knew it was 50 grams, so it's in the middle there. So either one of those birds would work. Here's another problem. What would be the mass of 28 kilogram American white pelicans? So the number of white pelicans, well, the mass of 20, there's 20 of them. And mass per pelican is going to be 8 kilograms. So we want to know what would be the mass of all of them. So our number model would be 20 times 8. And if we think of our basic fact, 2 times 8 is 16. Add that 0. The answer would be 160 kilograms. Let's do one more. Here we go. Maybe. There we go. What bird could have the same mass as 2 40-gram sparrows? So the number of sparrows would be 2. The mass per sparrow, well, it's 40 grams, so we'll put 40 down. And we need to know the total. So we're going to have our number model, 2 times 40, which is 80. Then we've got to go back to our poster and find a bird that is about 80 grams. Okay? There are a few choices for this one. It could be the European starling. Where is that guy at? The European starling. It's got to be here somewhere. Somewhere. Right here. All right, well, it's between 58 and 100 grams, and 80 is in there, so that won't work. The blue jay, right here, that one's 70 grams to 80 grams, and we came up, or 70 grams to 100 grams, and we came up with 80. And the last one, another one could be the blue-crowned motmot or the killdeer. So sometimes our problems can have more than one answer. Your task is to work on page 279, and you're probably going to need those 2 pages with the poster open to help you with them, and then your math boxes on page 280. I'm also going to send home another one to practice. All right, good luck.